Let's take a look at David's putting stroke. As a beginning player, Dave needs to build his fundamentally sound putting stroke one piece at a time. In his setup, I would like for him to widen his stance slightly and crouch over the ball a little bit more, have a little bit more tilt in his spine and a little bit more flex in his knees. Dave has a reasonable grip, and I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But down the road, we're going to make it a more sophisticated and more correct reverse. One of the things that David does well is he swings the putter with his shoulders and arms. He's not wristy. Now Dave does have a recoil in his stroke. What that means is after he hits through the ball, he immediately pulls the putter back. He doesn't hold the putter in its final pose. This will be one of the first things I want Dave to learn how to do, is how to swing and stop the putter in the finish and don't recoil. The second thing I'd like Dave to work on is keeping his head down and still and his eyes focused at the ball. And after he putts through the ball, to keep his head still and his eyes focused on the blank spot. Don't turn the head with the follow through. As he starts his stroke, his head is down, his eyes are on the ball. When he makes contact, his head is down and eyes are on the ball. But as his putter continues through the ball, he turns his head and eyes to watch the ball roll towards the hole as he does his recoil. So one of the things I want him to work on is to putt the ball, finish the swing, let the putter come to a complete stop in its forward position. Hold that pose with your head still down and not turn to look at the ball until after you've come to a complete stop. You want to feel the putt before you turn to see the putt. The next few clips will show Tiger Woods putting. He is known as one of the best putters on tour and maybe one of the best putters of all time. Let's look at his fundamentals. Tiger Woods' putting stroke is one of the best on tour. He has a very solid setup. His feet are under his shoulders. He has a good tilt in his spine as he lets his arms hang under his shoulders, has his elbows tucked slightly in. Hands are slightly forward. As he goes back, his backswing is just about 6-8 inches past his back foot. Has a nice solid shoulder swing. The Y of his two arms, we call this the Y position, where the letter Y, the two arms in the club look like the letter Y. As he goes through, his head is still down. As he hits through the ball, he's maintained the Y and his two arms in the putter. His putter now is almost at a complete stop. He's now in a final finishing pose. He holds his head in this position until the putter comes to a complete stop. Then and only then will he start to turn his head. He now turns, and as he's turning, he keeps the putter forward. Does not recoil. Let's watch it again. 6 or 8 inches behind the back foot. holds it, starts to turn. Now the other important thing to notice in this stroke is that his follow-through is slightly longer than his backswing. That's because he accelerates through the ball and therefore produces a slightly longer follow-through than backswing. Turns his head after the pose. This is a down-the-line view of Tiger as he sets up to putt. I want you to notice that he's tilted over the ball. His spine has a good tilt in it. Eyes over the ball. Hands under the shoulders. His elbows are not locked. He has slightly flexed his elbows. They are tucked into his sides.